Roxanne has texted in and said, what do you think the chances are of Energy East and the Northern Gateway pipeline being built?
What will have to happen on any new pipelines is that there has to be an expedited process so that nobody is left, as they were in the case of Energy East, spending $1 billion on a regulatory review process with no end in sight for how to get an approval. I can tell you that the threat of tariffs has really caused a change in the conversation among my provincial counterparts. And instead of people talking about how do we get to no, it's how do we get to yes? What do we need to talk about to be able to restart some of these projects? So I think there is an option for a pipeline to the West Coast. I think there's an option to go up through Northwest Territories to Grays Bay in Nunavut and be able to assist our friends in Northern Canada as well in developing the infrastructure they need to get their critical minerals to market. I think there's a pathway for us to go to Churchill and be able to get icebreakers and export there. There's also a pathway to get a spur line going up in Ontario to James Bay. Same thing, we'd need icebreakers for that. And there may be an option to look at an East Coast pipeline, probably a different route. I mean, I think we learned loud and clear that trying to get any new pipeline through Montreal is going to create a lot of barriers. But there's a lot more support when you go further north in the Baie-Comeau as well as the Quebec City area. And so maybe we need to restart the conversation with Quebec saying, what would be socially acceptable to you? And let's see if we can begin on that premise, because I think that this is the time. This is now when we realize just how dependent, especially Eastern Canada, is on foreign oil. They get a lot of their oil and almost all their gas from the United States. And so any conversation about shutting off energy is perilous for Ontario and Quebec because they would be the first ones in the dark. And Energy East was supposed to solve that. It was supposed to take Canadian oil and gas and be able to get it east. And so let's see if we can restart that conversation now.